Welcome back. This is Goku Sunday VZ, and this is a special new top 5 list. Since I just have been recently rereading one of my personal favorite fantasy books, I thought today I would do a top 5 of my personal favorite villains in fantasy books. So, excludes movies. And I thought I'd already right in the background choose fantasy music from Game of Thrones. Honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut yet. Star Wars is considered fantasy, sci-fi fantasy. So, honorable mentions: Darth Plagueis the Wise. Honorable mention from the world of Harry Potter, and that being the great evil, or the first great evil, Grindelwald. Also, honorable mentions from the world of the Chronicles of Narnia, the White Witch. So with that said, let's get started at number 5. From a good fantasy series called The Red Pyramid. He is the Egyptian god of darkness. He is one of the most powerful deities of the ancient Egyptian gods. Coming at number 5 from the Red Pyramid book series, Set. Coming in at number 4 is actually a tie between one of the all-time greatest villains and Dark Lords of Star Wars, Darth Bane, tied at number 4 with another great Dark Lord of the world of Middle-earth. Tied with him at number 4 slot is Lord Sauron. Which is definitely a pretty awesome, but somewhat overrated Dark Lord, but still love of fantasy villains. I have always been a big fan of, obviously, Lord Sauron. And let's not forget, tied with it is the one who created the Rule of Two, Master and Apprentice, Darth Bane, which is arguably one of the most important Sith Lords that ever existed in the Star Wars multiverse. Coming in at number 3, from the Harry Potter universe, he is the ultimate Dark Lord and villain of J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World. Coming at number 3 is Lord Voldemort, which, of course, as many always address him as he who must not be named. Before I go on to number 2, actually one other honorable mention from the Middle-earth universe of J.R.R. Tolkien, the Witch King, the Mane of the Nazgul. Number 2, from the world of George R.R. Martin, Fire and Ice. Coming in at number 2, the Night King, the king of the White Walkers. And we will finally get to see in this final upcoming season next month the big battle with the Night King. Finally, we get to see the epic big battle with the Night King and the White Walkers. Coming in at number 1, he is the original Dark Lord of the world of Middle-earth, and you learn a little bit about him in this book, The Children of Hurin, but more so in the Silmarillion, which is an incredible book, and I highly recommend you check out the prequels. Of course, originally started by J.R.R. Tolkien, but a lot of the work would be finished, of course, by his son, Christopher Tolkien. Coming at number 1 is the original Dark Lord, which predated Sauron by thousands of years. But fun fact, Sauron was originally a servant of the original Dark Lord. He was a giant. His power, he did not have it connected to one single item. Like Sauron relied to be truly powerful on the One Ring to rule them all. This Dark Lord knows not quite such a weakness. His powers were incredible. He makes Sauron look tiny in comparison in power. That is the true original evil of Middle-earth. Coming at number 1, yes, I'm trying to build it up. Morgoth comes in at number 1 of my easily 5 of my personal favorite ultimate evils or villains of fantasy. But leave a comment. Tell me who, in your opinion, is the best fantasy villain or ultimate evil, darkness in fantasy literature. I'm kind of curious to actually hear everyone's opinion. And of these I mentioned, who do you agree with? And also, seriously, if you've never read the prequels to Silmarillion or Children of Morn, I highly recommend you check it out. Especially about the history of Morgoth and the incredible battles he was involved in the early days of Middle-earth. And if you don't have the temperament to read the books, I recommend checking out a digital service. And no, unfortunately, I'm not paid since I don't really have enough views to get really any money backing, but still I highly recommend, if you don't have the temperament to read the novels themselves, check out the audiobook forms of some of these novels on Audible. I personally recently checked out last year for the first time Audible. It's a great service from Amazon. And you can get one free audiobook per month plus 20% discount on any other audiobooks you want, and you can have that with your Prime membership through Amazon. So take full advantage of that. If you have a Prime membership, or if you want to, I highly recommend checking out Audible. But anyways, with that said, I'll get ready to cut this video, and everyone have a good rest of March. And I'll see you next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel, for gameplays from Devil May Cry 5 right now getting ready to come out.